A pleasant day to each and everyone. My name is Giselle C. Lapa, and my topic for today is all about the different variations of true and false items. So, true or false items are used to measure learners' ability to identify whether the proportion or the statement is correct or false. So, we have three different variations of true or false items. First is the TNF correction or modified true or false question. Second is the yes and no variation, and lastly is the AB variation. So let's start first with TF correction or modified true or false question. So in definition, in this format, the statement is presented with a keyword or phrase that is underlined, and the learner has to supply the correct word or phrase. So for example, multiple choice test is authentic. The underlined word is the authentic, so you need to identify the correct answer of the underlined word if it is false. So let's move on. We have the yes and no variation. So in this format, the learner has to choose yes or no rather than true or false. So it is still the same, but instead of using true or false, we need to use yes or no. So for example, the following are kinds of tests. Circle yes if it is an authentic test, and no if it not. So we have here multiple choice test. Is it yes or no? Is it authentic or not? So lastly, we have the AB variation. So in this format, the learner has to choose A or B rather than true or false. So they are the same, no, but instead of using true or false, or rather yes and no, in this format we need to use A or B. So for example, indicate which of the following are traditional or authentic tests by circling A if it is a traditional test and B if it is not. So we have here multiple choice test. Is it a traditional test, which is A, or is it a authentic test, which is B? So you just need to encircle it. Okay, let's move on to the general guidelines in writing true or false items. First is include statements that are completely true or completely false. For example, the presidential system of government, where the president is only the head of state or government, is adopted by the United States, Chile, Panama, and South Korea. So that statement is false. The true statement is the presidential system, where the president is only the head of state or government, is adopted by Chile. So Panama and South Korea is not included. So it is important to include the statements that are completely true and completely false to avoid confusion of the student. So second one is use simple and easy to understand statement. So the faulty one is education is a continuous process of higher adjustment for human beings who have evolved physically and mentally, which is free and conscious of God as manifested in nature around the intellectual, emotional, and humanity of man. So instead of that long confusing sentence, why not just use easy to understand statement, which is education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and values, beliefs, and habits. So is refrain from using negatives, especially double negatives. So there is the faulty one is there is nothing illegal about buying goods through the internet, and the good one is it is legal to buy things or goods through the internet. Number 4 is avoid using absolutes such as always and never. So the news and information posted on the CNN websites is always accurate. So it is faulty, no, but the good one is the news and information posted on the CNN website is usually accurate. So when you use a word as always, so it is understandable that that statement is the right one. So it is so easy to identify. So the fifth one is express a single idea in each test item. For example, if an object is accelerating, a net force must be acting on it, and the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force applied to the object. So instead of using a lot of ideas, you should just use just one to avoid confusion and so that the students would understand it clearly. So the good one is, if an object is accelerating, a net force must be acting on it. So it is easy and understandable, right? So the next one, the sixth guidelines, is avoid the use of unfamiliar words or vocabulary. So for example, spirit de corps among soldiers is important in the face of hardships and opposition in fighting the terrorists. So instead of using the word spirit de corps, which are used in the military only, civilian would not understand that. We should use military morale is important in the face of hardships and opposition in fighting the terrorists. So it is more understandable, and mostly of the Ubans, civilians, will understand it. Next one is, the next and the last one is, avoid lifting statements from the textbook and other learning materials. So instead of lifting your statement in the textbook or the learning materials, you should try to get your statements through the internet or through the other media, so that the idea of the students would be wide, and they would not focus only on the textbook and the learning materials. So that will be all. Thank you. Have a good day.